Mr. Lee.
Hello folks, Marius here. Today I want to give you a quick little update on what's been going on. So I've told you that I'm working on a new Luke Ross video for optimizing Cyberpunk 2077. I got that recorded, I just haven't gotten to editing it. So I'm just gonna share the secret with you today. It's really simple, and I'm gonna release the video in some days or by the end of the week, hopefully. However, I'm gonna show you the mod today that I use to boost my performance, and it's really awesome. However, it breaks a couple of things. So we'll do that first. So the mod I've been using is this thing here, Config Overhaul for Cyberpunk 2077. You can get this at Nexus Mods, and it's really simple. Like this picture shows you everything pretty much. It gives you an exe to download, and in there you can enable or disable stuff. And this is just what you do. It's extremely simple. Like you click on optimized. For VR users, I would recommend re-enabling everything that says rendering async compute, because if you turn those off, which you do when you click on optimized, then the game will lag for you. Other than that, you just click optimized, re-enable everything which says rendering async compute. Remember to scroll down to find all of them, and you're set. This gives a huge boost to performance, and it's super simple. Like, it's the simplest mod ever, right? So thumbs up to the creator of this thing here. Other than that, to those of you who use NVIDIA cards, I play with DLSS on and DLSS sharpening on 0.65. However, I have to warn you, when playing with Luke Ross's mod, this has a bug where your map will all of a sudden be the wrong size in the headset, and you'll have to look down to see your map. It doesn't break the map, it just makes it look super weird. So you'll have to live with that. However, that issue disappears as soon as you go back into this exe and you click reset. That disables the mod, then the issue is gone. Okay? So if it's good enough for you to just hear me say this, then you can pretty much just skip the video I'm releasing later this week, because it's pretty much that I'm gonna tell you. I'm just gonna show how it's done and go through the whole installation process of Luke Ross's mods and all of that stuff again, because you can pretty much optimize it perfectly by doing this. And I'm playing the game now with 2430 by 2430, and I'm playing with an average frame rate of 90 frames per second, and I keep like a smooth 90 in most places actually. It of course dips, like it always dips, right? But pretty much all the time I'm keeping 90 frames per second now, and that is extremely smooth. Keep in mind though that I'm playing with a 3070 Ti, so I do have a pretty beefy setup now, but that's not bad, man. Like, that is not bad. So yeah, highly encourage you to get that. Next thing, the reason why I wanted to make a news video today, and the reason why I'm wearing my VR headset, is I want to show you something I'm working on. So I've been working on getting Ghostwire Tokyo to run in VR. I could not get it to run with Vortex. But I found another trick, and that is, like I've talked about previously on the channel, using Reshade and the shader called Super Depth 3D along with Virtual Desktop. I've done that before. However, I didn't use Virtual Desktop for the PC when I did that. I didn't use OpenTrack as well last time. And I did not use Flawless Widescreen as well last time. So actually I've gone ahead and used all of these here to create a VR experience with Ghostwire Tokyo. And as you see, I've created an exe to start all of these. All of these start at once with this little thing here. That's what I want to share with you. I will be making a proper guide for this, but next time I think this will probably be an installer guide. Totally new for me. Really exciting though, so let's talk about it. If we head in here. So this is in Norwegian, I'm gonna explain it to you. What I'm thinking of is, some of you know how this works, right? There's something called bat files in Windows, which are extremely easy to make or program. I don't know if you even could call it programming because it's so simple. But it basically is like if you create a little notepad file, you can call this something, and where it says .txt, you would change that to .bat, right? And there you have a bat file. These you can use to tell your computer to do many different things at once. So I created a little bat file called start all bat, which if you know anything about bat files, you know that to make this script you have to have this @echo off and cd below, and then I'm only good enough at English to be an English teacher in Norway, but I'm not that good at English. So apostrophes, yeah, you know what I mean. You just put what you want in here to tell the computer where your exe is located on your PC. Next line of code, start, and then the thing you want to start, right? Really straightforward. So what I want to do next time I'm making something is a little project I call batVR, because these can be used in many different ways and they're extremely simple to set up, right? Like it's really straightforward. So you can make a bat file to move stuff around, which is even simpler, right? It's just move and the thing you want to move, where it's located and where you want to move it to. So for example, if I created a zip file with my settings for reshade, my reshade preset, like the Super Depth 3D settings that I'm using, I would create a little move.bat file which places it on your computer in the correct place. You would of course need to edit it to put in your own username, right? Because I don't have access to any of those things. But it's really straightforward, like the file directory is pretty much in there, right? You just edit it where it says your username next to users, you would change that to your own username, right? That's it. Other than that, if you do that with like, I don't know, 2 or 3 lines of code that I've already written for you, you could pretty much install everything that I'm using on your computer. And same goes for the .bat, right? So I could like move a shortcut to a run all script like I have here. Now I'm using an exe. That is totally unnecessary. I just wanted to try if I could make an exe as well. However, this will be a bat file, right? In like when we're having this little thought project going on here, right? So you would get this thing on your desktop, and you can double click it and run everything. So the only things you on your part would have to do is you would of course have to download these other softwares you're using, right? You would need to get virtual desktop, reshade, OpenTrack, Joy2Key, flawless widescreen, because that has to do with licensing. I can't give you copies of those, even though like this one is free, this one is free, this one is free, this one is free. It still would be unethical of me to share that with you. Like, you would need to go download those yourself, and hopefully just place them in their default folders, because then I can easily make a .bat file to put my settings into OpenTrack, into Joy2Key, and into your reshade folder inside of Ghostwire Tokyo. So that project is what I've currently called .batVR. The nice thing about this is that it is extremely simple. So it takes a little work first time you're getting it up and running. However, after that, you can play pretty much every game the same way. Even games that use easy anti-cheat, because reshade is often whitelisted. Or at least it is in like games like Star Citizen. They have whitelisted reshade, so you don't get any trouble if you're using reshade with Star Citizen. Well, that's what I've heard that they've done previously. I don't know if they changed that policy, but I know that I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring online with reshade without a problem. And software like OpenTrack and Joy2Key, they don't edit a game. Like it's the same as playing a game in virtual desktop. It doesn't edit the game in any way, so you don't get in any trouble, right? And that also means that injecting it into a game is really straightforward, right? So that's a nice thing about this. And like, if I wanted to do this with more than one game, the only complicated thing after the first time I've done it would just be making the settings in reshade, that is in Super Depth 3D. That would be the only complicated part, because everything is reusable after. So I'm gonna show you an example of how this works. So here I have a start all. I will probably make a stop all as well, since we're running so many things at the same time. I'm gonna double click it, then you'll see. All right. So this starts up everything, as you see. I have not yet made a stop all.bat. I will have to do that so that you don't have to close every single thing. But I'm thinking that I could probably excuse me, I had to check out my recording there. I'm thinking that I could probably make this really easy for you to install. I'm not sure about that though. Like, the programming for .bat files is extremely simple. So it should be pretty easy for you to edit. An issue with using these though is that they're often, or they seem to me like they get often blocked by Windows's security systems. So I don't know if that will be a problem when I try to share this stuff. We'll see. I thought maybe making an exe would fix this. However, then you can't like edit the bat file, and that kind of defeats the purpose, because it's also really easy for you to edit if you have like a different file location system on your PC. Then like the only thing I'm doing with this bat file pretty much is just telling the PC that so and so is in a current place on your PC, like this and that is in that place on your computer. So if you're having issues with a .bat file, you can really easily create a new one. So I'm just gonna put it right here, .bat, yup, edit, paste, save, delete, and you see now it doesn't have the fancy image, but voila. So that was kind of why I was experimenting with making an exe out of the bat file, because they tend to run a little bit better, but we'll see. So that's the end of the video today. If you think this is interesting, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. Leave your comments down below if you have any thoughts about this. Yeah, and as I said, I'll try to get that Cyberpunk video out this week. I can't guarantee you though, like full-time job, wife, golden retriever, you know, life is busy. I can't guarantee you that I always get the videos out quickly, but we'll try. All right, catch you on the next one, folks. See ya.